kids hunting and you're talking woodsmanship and skills and everything, here's one thing for, a lot of people that don't know. So we're walking down this road, get to this little dirt spot. There's a drag mark right in the middle. And most people would just ignore it or not pay attention to it. Now what that is as turkeys walked down this road, it saw this dirt spot changing color. And just in passing, it scratched to see what the soil was like, to see if it could dig in there or should dig in there a little more. So you see how that's all open on the bottom right there? Like you can kind of see through the woods out through there. Mm-hmm. For the last few years I've been out here, I would always jump deer right over there. And I never really knew why. I didn't know if they were feeding or traveling down that road that comes in. So what's going on is all this thin stuff out here. They're not going to bed in that. They might pass through it. There's not very many feed trees out there, a few oaks, but right here, it gets a little thicker and creates a little transition. So what they're doing is they're bedding in that edge. See that edge? They're bedding on that edge where they can see through that clear stuff and see us coming. Make sense?
Yeah.
Well, me and Ryder Man just finished our first morning of youth season. That was his very first deer hunt. What'd you think, bud?
It was good, but we didn't get nothing.
We're gonna go try to find us another spot, get some food, and we'll catch you guys later. You see that corner right there? So there's another field around there, and there's probably deer in there. So when you're training your young hunters, so you see how the corn kind of bends around. See what I'm saying? So as we're walking up, don't be on that side of the trail. You want to be on this side of the trail. Stay close to the corn. That way you can look around the corner before you walk out there in the open. Because if you walk on this side of the trail, you'll be exposed before you can see on this side of the trail. Got it? I don't think he has it, but we'll continue to work on it. While it's youth season and, we're on the subject of teaching and learning and passing on traditions, as you're coming up to a field, some of you new guys, as I'm coming up this field, there's holes in these bushes where these limbs hang down, holes in the leaves. So as I'm coming up this field, creeping my way, obviously I'm looking through the bushes, looking through the gaps in the trees, looking for any sign of movement. Right now, early season, they're starting to change from that reddish brown color to that dark brown chocolate. So right about here is going to be where I get to the point where I don't trust my naked eye to give me all the information I need to know. So this is where I'll start glassing. So as I start glassing, I'll just kind of look, move up a few feet. Look again. In early season like this, a lot of times you'll just see the top of their back. There'll just be a line of that red or that brown going over the green. I'll get a little closer. And scan everything you can see, even if there's leaves. Scan over here, scan out there. And you can look through those leaves with these binoculars. You might have to readjust your focus given, what binoculars you use. These are the Vortex Raptors, super cheap. I've had these 3 years, I think, and I've absolutely put them through every rigorous test you could possibly imagine, from extreme colds to extreme heats. And like I said, they're super cheap, and I sent them back to Vortex one time to get cleaned, and they just sent me a brand new pair. Anyways, we'll keep going. So as I work my way around, I'm glassing, looking, go a few feet. And every time you get to a new area that you can't see, if you scan 90% of this, it's fine. Just scan that little 5% to make sure you're not exposing yourself. And eventually you can work out to where you can see the whole field. And also while you're scanning the field, you want to look in this edge cover. And if you're in the area and you know a really good buck is there, like for a fact he's in that area right now, scanning that edge cover could take anywhere from a matter of minutes to a matter of hours. And you're not really looking for the deer. You're looking for movement. You're looking for ear flicker, tail flicker, that head, that nose. A lot of times, it's more later in the year, but a lot of times when the foliage starts falling off and you catch them in that cover, it's the 2 ears and the nose and the eyes that stick out with that throat patch. It's just a like white, black, white pattern that just stands out. A lot of mule deer hunters out west know what I'm talking about, but that's kind of my basic rundown of coming into a field and how I approach it and how I work my way around, you know, glassing. A lot of the stuff is super simple, you know, you just gotta thorough with what you're doing, and you guys be safe out there. We're gonna go try to get Ryder Man a deer. Peace. So you see how the air's starting to heat up and the fog's beginning to lift?
Yeah.
So that pretty much explains thermals. So as the air is heating, when people say wait for the fog to lift, basically they're talking about wait for the thermals to change. So now the fog's lifting up in the air, which means our thermals are going to start pulling up.
So that means the deer are gonna get up.
They should be changing bedding or finding bedding right now, kind of. Your big bucks are probably already in the bed. Most of your deer are going to be in the bed with the does. It is Sunday morning. We're in the ladder stand. Youth weekend. It's pretty early. It's not even sunrise yet. So me and Ryder hunted yesterday. We saw a big buck, a couple does, but couldn't get a shot. And yesterday afternoon, we're going to take the ladder stand out to this spot, and it was not, I looked at it on the map. I'd never been here before, so I thought we were going to find what we were looking for. So we come out here and we drug that thing a half mile in the wrong direction. We got all the way down there, didn't find anything we wanted to see, nothing we wanted to hunt. We didn't find any oak trees. We didn't find much. We've got a cornfield, standing corn, and some bedding, which should be good at some point, but there's no deer in here right now. But since we couldn't find anything and it was getting late, we just slammed this thing up on a tree and we sat here. They sat here yesterday evening. We didn't see anything, and we got here. I left the deer cart here this morning since we went through all the trouble of putting it up. I was gonna make sure we got in here and sat at least at daylight, but we got today, youth season's over, and then archery starts Wednesday. So we're gonna get down and go try to make something happen. We're gonna do something completely different than what we've been doing, I think.
With this gun,
Yeah.
we've been taking this gun out on our hunting.
50 caliber muzzleloader. Anybody that knows me out there, I know a couple of the guys I used to guide with in Alaska and buddies of mine watch this every now and then. They know how hard I hunt. I hunt insanely hard, and I'll say this kid has stayed with me toe to toe every step of the way. So it's the real deal right there.
Yep.
All right, well, we're gonna get out of here and go kill a deer. Peace.
Peace.
So when you look at this spot, what do you see?
We see 5 or 4 oak trees behind the bedding area.
It's gonna be where the deer go to feed when they get up. Well, that's it for our morning hunt, Sunday morning. We don't know what our plan for this afternoon is just yet, but we know we're gonna kill a deer. I know we're gonna kill a deer. He don't know we're gonna kill a deer.